When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. There's a reason that Maconi Setup Shop is trusted by more virtual and real-world tracks and companies than any other setup shop in iRacing. With partners such as Stafford Motor Speedway, the Nashville Fairground Speedway, Five Flag Speedway, Speed 51, and more. When you want something done right, you go to the experts at Maconi Setup Shop.
With setups available for most series on both asphalt and dirt, built by a team of professional builders consisting of some of the top talents on the service, Maconi Setup Shop LLC has what you need to hit the track with confidence. Head over to MaconiSetupShop.com and learn why Maconi Setup Shop is the official setup shop of Richmond Raceway Esports and is partnered with some of the largest names in virtual and real racing.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Good Tuesday evening and welcome back to the Maconi Setup Shop Elite Modified Tour. After a week off, we are finally ready to begin the stretch run of the 2021 Maconi Setup Shop Elite Modified season. Thank you for joining us here on the Elite Racing Network. I'm Connor Sullivan along with Michael Goodman. So we're getting ready for 100 laps at the true mecca of modified racing. That is Stafford Motor Speedway. Michael, it has been just an incredible first 5 races that we've had. 5 different winners and just an absolutely knotted up points battle right now among 3 drivers separated by just 3 points. Tyler Fody, Brandon Wilkinson, your defending champion, and Ryan Gable. Fody and Gable, they've got wins out there, but Wilkinson still looking for his first win of the season, interestingly enough.
Yeah, and then one thing I'm a little worried about with Wilkinson, I don't see him in the field here tonight, so maybe a scheduling conflict. But coming into tonight, I believe his worst run on track so far was a 4th, and that was back at Iowa. Otherwise, he's been in the top 3 of every single race. He hasn't broke into victory lane, Connor, but man, he's been showing some consistency.
Well, if Wilkinson is a no-show tonight, of course, by Elite Modified rules, you are allowed to drop your worst finish, or in this case, you could use it as a skip, I believe, in this case. But in any case, though, we've got quite a field shaping up here tonight. That's the half-mile Stafford Motor Speedway. Is for those of you who don't know, Stafford half-mile oval out there. Each end of the track a little bit different than the other. Turns 1 and 2 a little bit sharper, whereas turns 3 and 4 a little bit more uniform, and the banking's just a little bit different as well on both ends. We take a look at the starting lineup. James Stanger, Ray Fadaruso, your winner at Bristol on the front row. Mitch Drunowski, Kyle Sisko, your winner last time out in row 2. Tyler Fody, Chad Frankenfield, row 3, and then Zach Evans and Andrew Rucker in row 4.
Next row we have Brandon Mandonia and Jay Canor, followed up by, after in row 6, Brandon Paul and Brandon Key making his return to the Elite Racing League. And row number 7, Richard Hines and Daryl Canfield. And in row number 8, Thomas Capuano and Casey Hatch, another guy welcome back to the Elite Racing League after his service in the military. Then rounding out the field, Patrick Hahi and then Brian Kramer.
Yes, I believe I saw I think we're going to have some heat races here, so we're going to redraw here.
Oh, yeah.
Only 9 cars in here, so those were the...
See, we're getting surprised by these heat races this year. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
Yep, now those were the times after qualifying, so those were your fastest qualifiers, so... It'll be Zach Evans who will lead the field to green in this first 10-lap heat race, I believe. The Tyler Fody, Dranowski, Stanger, Madonia, Paul, Hines, Capuano, and Hahi to round out your field. A lot of representation from the Hacksaw Motorsports team out there.
This is their heat. They can get it done, but you got that 40 car Tyler Fode, he's going to be looking to try to get up front to start up front. So this, I believe, will be the inside row starting positions as they're going green flag racing in heat number 1.
Yep. They are dead even going to turn number 1 as
Oh!
Fode gets a good run on the outside. Ooh, a big twitch from behind from, I believe that was Drunowski back there. As Fode, he's going to get the lead on the outside as they are scrambling from second on back.
Yeah, it's a tight race, and ooh, you got a crazy camera there. Second on back is where the battle is at with Drunowski. Actually, he's starting to pull away. And, oh, someone getting a little loose there. Got to get a good camera view here. I believe that might have been Brandon Paul.
Brandon Paul, one of my fellow Northeasterners out there. Big fan, of course, of the Maine Black Bears. But got to remember, though, he's in Connecticut, so this is Yukon territory. So we always like to go back and forth when college hockey season comes up. But right now, though, Tyler Fode, he's got some company from Drunowski out there who's keeping him within a few car lengths, and then it's about a second back to Zach Evans.
Yeah, Drunowski really closing that gap in on Fode at the moment. Let's see, within about 0.2 of a second. Oh, and that looked like Evans going.
Oh, he's up on the wall.
Oh, and he's upside down. Oh no.
So your pole sitter in heat 1, Zach Evans on his lid. And the good part is that this will not count for points or anything like that, but it will determine the starting line for the race. And Zach Evans, he's going to waste a pole position and start in the back of the feature. We'll try to bring up the replay now. As I'm also, Zach, one of my colleagues at Speed 51, going to see if I can text him, see what happened there. Although, or we could always take a look.
Take a look. Well, we got to get his perspective from it as well. Oh, man.
Oh, he just lost it. Oh, wow.
It was still crazy how he ended up on his roof there, but yeah, it looked like it just snapped loose, getting out of 4, and then you see him now on pit road. So, I mean, at least if we saw what happened, we probably got to give him a little bit of a jab here.
Oh, yes, I am. What happened there, although I suppose you could say that the question is a bit of a jab in itself.
I've been there. Yes, that's exactly how that could play out. But yeah, right now Tyler Fode, and it's going to be interesting to see, Connor, now that Drunowski, he's going to be closed up right alongside of him on this restart with 3 laps to go. Does he have anything to maybe take away this heat win? However, I would think here at Stafford, getting that start on the inside is going to be a pretty big advantage.
And I actually got a text back. Zach, I've been saying just a hair too much throttle on exit.
Yeah.
As that's one of the things about Stafford's turns 1 and 2 especially, is that they're not alike. At least not to the naked eye. You almost have to go to the track itself to see it. Turn 1, it's very tight. It's a very sharp left-hander, but turn 2, it's much longer and a little bit more and a little bit of an easier exit. So it's definitely very tempting to want to be able to get on the throttle quick. And I think that's exactly what happened to Zach.
Yeah, and just snapped him around very quickly, and we're ready to go back. Green flag settle this heat number 1 out. Tyler Fode on the inside, and he's going to get a good jump. Let's go back to green flag. Drunowski will be able to get down and stay into the second position. Mandonia in third with 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag.
So green-white checker finish to end things out. Drunowski had a good start there, but Maconi, though, he's looking a little bit racy there. In P3 as we get the white flag.
Coming out of turn 2, one last ditch effort for Drunowski if he can maybe get to the bumper, create some heat excitement, but I don't think he's going to have quite enough to get there. And coming out of turn 4, Tyler Fode is going to get heat win number 1.
So it'll be Fode, Drunowski, Madonia, James Stanger, Capuano, Paul, Hahey, Hines, and Evans, your finishing order. And I believe that will make up the inside row of the 100 lap feature, which will be coming up shortly. Following heat number 2, which will also be 10 laps. It looks like we're going to have Andrew Rucker on pole position alongside Chad Frankenfield in this one. Yes, indeed. Be Kyle Sisko. Ray Fodderusso, to the winners again that we've had this season. Jake Kaner, Brandon Key, they'll be in row 3. Daryl Canfield, who's doing pretty well in the point standings. He had a career best finish last time out. Then you'll have Casey Hatch and Brian Kramer to round out this 9-car heat race. Again, 2 heat races, which will set the lineup for tonight's 100-lap feature.
It should be pretty interesting. You got 2 aggressive guys here starting, Rucker and Chad Frankenfield starting on the front row. Of course, Rucker getting that win, a feature win in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago, and Frankenfield, kind of surprised. He's been struggling a little bit here in the Mod Series so far this year, Connor, and usually a guy that's been contending for wins, but really hasn't been quite the case this season. But maybe all he needs is a nice heat to get that confidence back in him.
Yep, and a couple of recognizable paint jobs on the front row. Definitely like this. Rucker paying an homage to the current points leader of the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour, the two-time champion Justin Bonsignor, and Chad Frankenfield, very appropriately giving a tribute to the late Ted Christopher, who had so many wins at Stafford. The all-time wins leader with over 100, as Cisco, quite the start Andrew Rucker rather. But Cisco, though, he's on it as well as he gets by Frankenfield for the second position to start things off.
Yeah, and Cisco's a man on a mission. He ended up fastest in qualifying and I believe in practice here as well. And he is on a move, going to the inside of Rucker right away. And he's going to try to make that move for the lead. Oh, you see what can happen if you get a little bit too much throttle. They both get a little squirrely. But Cisco takes the lead. Maybe a crossover move from Rucker. No. Cisco's going to pull away here on lap number 3.
Cisco, textbook move going to turn number 3. Didn't even have to use a lot of the extra asphalt that's down there. But Rucker, kind of I hate to call it a rookie mistake. I know these guys are very well skilled when it comes to iRacing. But Stafford, though, again, it's that sharp turn 1. Very easy to overshoot some if you carry in a little bit too much speed there, as we are coming up on the halfway point here. Actually about to complete lap number 4 right now.
Halfway, and it looks like Canfield might have had a little bit of issues in his heat. He's going to drop back, and he's going to lose a lap there.
Yeah, I think that's somebody else who I have on speed dial. Gonna have to find out what happened there. But tell you what, though, Rucker, he's having struggle. Oh, a big twitch coming off turn number 4 as we get the crossed flags, and we're halfway home. This one, Frankenfield looking very racy now with 5 laps to go. And he catches the wall.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt him there, and he's gonna lose some ground. But right now, Cisco checking out.
Brian Kramer's out of the race. We got one car in the grass there, but up front it's all Kyle Cisco as he is lengthening the lead.
Yeah, see Kramer going down pit road, so a lot of action going on in this heat. Not enough to bring out the yellow, but enough fireworks to get a couple of these guys laps down. Only 6 cars remain on the lead lap here as we're getting down to 2 laps to go. And right now the battle on track is between Rucker and Frankenfield for that second spot with 2 laps to go.
So Rucker has been able to lengthen his gap over Frankenfield's, although now it's down to less than half a second. Frankenfield may make a move for runner-up spot as we get the white flag.
See, one last-ditch effort. These two guys, Rucker washes out wide, is allowing Frankenfield to close in. See if maybe he pulls a Ted Christopher bump here on the last lap to try to get that second place. And sure enough, he does. Oh no! He does. Chad will get second.
Disco wins the race. I think Chad's going to have some words probably after before we get going in the 100 lappers. So a little bit of chaos to end things out there, but Chad Frankenfield somehow is able to come away with the second finish there, as we got the gridding going on right here. It's actually going to be Zach Evans on the front row, Brandon Key.
So they might have did some invert here.
I guess the heat race is. Yeah, I think that's what they did. As we see.
Yeah, Fody and Cisco, I believe, starting 17th and 18th. So interesting.
Wow. So Chad, I guess, trying to shake things up a little bit, as the start of the race is going to be set by an inversion of the two heat race finishes. So, well, in any case, it'll be Brandon Key who will be on the pole alongside Zach Evans, who, of course, rolled over in his heat race. It'll be Brian Kramer, Richard Hines in row 2, and then Darrell Canfield, Patrick Hahey in row 3.
Now, you know, that move that Chad just pulled, how often would you see Ted Christopher pulling that same move at Stafford, you know, maybe 20 years ago?
Well, not any, well, really, even up to the end of his career, too. He never lost a spark, I can tell you that. You know, even in his last few days, he was out there winning races and just absolutely kicking butt while doing it as well. So, again, winningest driver in Stafford history. I think I have to take a look, but I believe overall this is between all the over 100 SK modified wins, plus all the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour victories, plus some of the other divisions, such as the old Pro Stock division out there, late models. I think it's something about 120, maybe even over 130. Get the numbers on that, but in any case, we are ready for 100 laps of racing. Green flag is in the air, and Brandon Key with the getaway as Canfield gets up a second. Another horrible start for Zach Evans.
Yeah, Zach Evans dropping back. He's fallen all the way back into the 4th position. See him tucked in, the 4th car in line. So far, everyone able to single file up, but Jay Knorr right now trying to battle for that 2nd spot. They battle side by side into turn 1, and Canfield, it's gonna have that outside disadvantage. Oh, Rucker goes around again. Oh, whoa, that did not end up well for Rucker. So it's about two consecutive laps for him. He's on the hook again. Oop, maybe he's gonna be able to get going.
Boy, what a disappointment for Andrew Rucker. Came in 4th in the points, 18 points back. He's also one of the winners that we got so far on the season, but his chances are off to very poor start. The good news, of course, is that it is an 18-car field that we got tonight. 100 laps to get done, but those 100 laps are going to go by pretty quick on a half-mile track such as Stafford.
Oh no, I'm having a little technical issues. We might have to might have a little delay here as my program closed. So now it's all in rewind. So hopefully I can get this back up before it gets too far back. Na. Okay, hopefully we can get this up. So this is now I'm stuck in rewind mode. We'll try to get it back going here.
I think that was the end of the heat race.
Yeah, that was the end of the. It was stuck in rewind there for a minute, so bear with us. So we're still under caution. So I'll try one more time to get that replay going here. As Rucker, there he is. Get his little accident going here, little technical difficulties. We'll see what brought out this latest yellow.
Here we go.
Ooh, looks like Casey Hatch just hooked him. Ooh.
Oh, that's some help there for sure.
And I believe even made some contact there as well. I think he did.
Yeah, Twitch, it might have been one of those coding things. You never know.
Well, Netco, but Rucker is back out there. Looks like they're ready to go back green. Brandon Key takes the lead here on the restart on lap number 7. Jay Knorr tucking in behind, but looks like Jay wants something more. He might try to go for that lead.
Yep, as Knorr kind of trying to set the crossover move. As, a little contact from behind as Knorr, he ended up in the grass. Canfield up to second.
Let's see
I
if
think we're still under green, though.
Yeah, it looks like he's able to keep going, but yeah, he's fallen all the way back into 13th position, so that was a rough go of it for Jay.
So a trip through John Deere country, as one of the Stafford announcers, Matt Buckler, always likes to say. So Key's going to be your leader. Canfield with a little bit of aggression to get up to second in the MAV TV car. And he's got Brandon Paul right on his tail.
So hey, now your Speed 51 guys, they're starting to light the wick here, man. Getting to second and third.
Well, former Speed 51
yeah.
We're always taking jabs at each other. Northeast, hey, still Northeast guys.
I'll see. You guys just can't play nice, can you?
No, never. Absolutely not. So yeah, Daryl Canfield, again, he's had a good season so far.
Ooh.
Points a lot of bad luck. As, a big twitch, though. And that opens the door for Brandon Paul. It's going to create a huge bottleneck as Dranowski drifts way up the track, and he's able to get back into line behind Thomas Capuano.
And for guys you see Canfield kind of running that outside line, Capuano up there, is there at Stafford, is there any hope on that outside line to try to get a good run off the corner? Is it kind of like most of these short tracks where you're going to want to be right on the bottom?
You can use the middle lane there. It's obviously the bottom lane is the place to be at Stafford, but you got a good enough car, you can use the lane that's between the two hash marks down there. But you got above the outside hash mark, you're in big trouble. You're probably going to go into the wall and slap it hard, at least in the real world. But in iRacing, though, pretty close to the real thing. And so that has been the case so far. As we are now working on lap 14, come back round as we begin to get into the middle part of the race. Is looking at the serial scoring right now. Tyler Fody had the dominant car in heat racing, and he's already halfway through the field, more than halfway through the field. He's up to 7th position.
And he's kind of caught that pack that's been single filed out from about 2nd all the way back to now 7th, where Tyler Fody is. See if he can work on this group and get up towards the lead. As of right now, it looks like Brennan Key's lead is diminishing a little bit, and things are heating up.
Had another car up high. I think that was Daryl Canfield.
Again. That kind of tightens up this wad just a little bit more, as Janowski's going to get 3rd. Oh, Canfield goes around. Keep it going.
Yes, he does.
He does.
But he loses all his track position. I thought he was going to be one of those guys to bring the caution out for a second, but Heartbreak City. Daryl Canfield, as he will go back now to being the last car on the lead lap, well, almost the last car on the lead lap, as we got a battle for the lead right now. But Tyler Fody, though, he is on the move, going after Capuano for 4th.
Yeah, it's a lot of battles shaping up on track, but right now up front, how about this? Brandon Paul, he's been slowly working away, chipping away at this lead, and he's right at the back bumper of Brandon Key. We might see some fireworks in just a few moments. Looks like Brandon, he's trying to set him up just a little bit.
Speaking of slow, he's been slow most of the season out there, but tell you what, he's putting on a show right now, but he's got some serious heat from behind as Dranowski really putting on the pressure as Brent is all to the inside on the apron. You can't run the apron at Stafford. You got a good enough car. There's some contact, and
He almost goes around, and a yellow is out.
When there may be an opportunity, and there may be some form of penalty, perhaps, or perhaps it was hard racing out there. Going to be, of course, at the discretion of the officials.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly. Maybe get a different angle of what exactly happened between Brandon Paul and Brandon Key there. But it looked like for the most part, Paul was being patient, but right at the last second that he decided to get a little bit aggressive, and around goes Key. She's making slight contact there and sends Key around. But the crazy thing is that it caused the yellow. Sometimes iRacing can do that where Key didn't fully spin, but he got sideways right in front of the whole field, and that was enough to bring out the yellow.
Curse you, algorithms.
Curse you. Although, as of right now, we still see Brandon Paul in the lead, so there might have been a racing incident ruled there, but...
yeah, I guess so. He's got the... So in any case, he's got the WesleyOutland.com number 18 out in front there. Of course, Wesley, the PR manager for Hacksaw Motorsports.
So I was going to say, it seemed like you wanted to quickly throw that EOL towards Brandon Paul there. Is that what you would have done in that situation?
Yeah.
Just because it's because of who it is.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a little biased. But, hey, this is for fun. Okay. Now he just texted me back. Said, didn't touch him.
Didn't touch him. So maybe a little bit of net code between the two.
It's possible. It definitely.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, it was very close. It was hard to get an exact angle there, but either way, Paul gets the lead. See if he can take advantage of it. We've seen Brandon Key lead about the first 20 laps until that contact between him and Paul. So sometimes it can be hard to pass, but you got that 40 car that came all the way up from, what was it, I believe the 17th starting position, worked his way all the way up right now into third. So Tyler Fody, or fourth, I should say. He's been a man on a mission as of right now.
This is actually a fairly long yellow flag. A little surprised considering that there wasn't exactly much to clean up here. So,
yeah.
I'm going to put old Brandon's restart skills to the test here.
It'll be interesting to see how much of a jump, and we've seen Drunowski. He's been in these positions on that outside before. He's another guy that did start towards the back, worked his way up into second spot. So we know he has speed, but can he get a good restart and put pressure on Paul? We've seen on these restarts so far tonight in the heats and the one that we had so far in the feature, the inside line is the place to be.
Yep. And if you've never seen a race at Stafford before, obviously going to corner entry is a good place to make moves, but take a look coming here to turn 3. You'll see this is, of course, where the entrance to the pits are. So there's a little bit extra asphalt down there, which you can take advantage of. And again, it's a much easier entry than turn 1. As a little bit of bumper tag on the restart there, but Brandon Paul's able to get away with the lead as the battle right now is for the 3rd position. But Capuano's going to hold Cody at bay, or does he?
Wow.
Cody with a great run on the outside.
Yeah, Fody making a power move on the outside right now.
I told you, Goody, it's Stafford. You got the skill and the car. You can make that outside potentially work for you. And Tyler Fody is able to do a good enough job to at least be able to hold it in position.
He has that opening if he wants the inside line. It looks like he'll take that, so he'll hang on to that 4th spot. Drunowski is right there on the back end of Paul, which for some reason appears that he is not being scored on. The scoring's all screwed up. Shows him in 5th.
Unless we could still be in replay, perhaps.
Let's see, are we? Oh, we are still in replay. Oh no, that was my bad. We were in replay. So Brandon Paul did fall back into the 6th position.
Wow, something to look at on the next yellow flag.
Yeah, that's my bad, Paul. We missed him, but maybe that's a good thing for him.
I should get my mouth shut. So then we wouldn't have been eventually.
Oh man, but anyway,
I'm too busy watching the racing action to take a look at the scoring out there. But in any case, Jurnowski with about a half-second lead over Capuano, who's still able to keep Tyler Fode behind him. But what, Chad Frankenfield, after his early troubles, he's been able to clamber up to 4th.
Yes, hanging on, but at least looks like Capuano and Fode pulling away just a little bit from Chad Frankenfield. And Fadaruso, who he looked pretty good in practice watching his speeds. He was in the top 5 all practice long and showing that top 5 speed, running 5th right now again. Our Bristol winner showing some muscle here tonight at Stafford.
So everybody starting to kind of fall in to line here and really just try to get a rhythm going as we are past the 1/3 mark of this 100 lapper. And thank you for joining us here on the Elite Racing Network along with Michael Goodman. I'm Connor Sullivan here for round 6 of the 2021 Maconi Setup Shop Elite Modified Tour.
And man, I'm telling you what, right now, Jurnowski has been roughly at least a 1/10 and a half faster than almost anyone else on track, so he is checking out. He's got about a 1.4-second lead over Capuano, so he's got it dialed in right now.
Capuano, though, he's got his hands full with Tyler Fode, who is not leaving him alone for a second.
No, these two guys have been duking it out here basically since the restart.
Well, we got a battle behind as Fadaruso giving Chad Frankenfield the bumper.
Yeah, how about this Fadaruso? And he's going to easily take, Chad gives him that 4th position. And even looking at some of his lap times, looking pretty stout. So he's got some long run speed. His fastest lap has not been nearly as good as some of our leaders, but on these longer runs, looking pretty stout. He is the 2nd fastest car out of the guys in the top 5. One other guy to look out for is that 9 car, Jay Canor. He's got a little bit of making up to do, but he's been turning some pretty fast laps here as well.
Looks like we got battle for 2nd position as looks like Fode's been able to find his way past Capuano. Indeed.
Let's see if Fode, now that he's got clean track ahead of him, see if he can hunt down Jurnowski. But again, the way Jurnowski's been turning laps around here so far tonight, it's going to be a tall order. Might need a benefit of a caution to close that gap, as it is now just a little over 2 seconds. And look at this, Fadaruso, he caught right up to Capuano as well. And man, some of these guys are working their way up through the field. And really, we haven't mentioned Fadaruso's name a whole heck of a lot besides his upset win at Bristol. So it's kind of cool to see him powering through, working his way up into the 3rd position. Here he does on lap 44, coming to 45.
Yeah, that win at Bristol was through a bit of a combination of botched pit strategy by other participants, but he did some really good work on some late race restarts, and tell you what, he's been doing a nice job to climb through the fields here tonight at Stafford.
Yeah, flying through the field, see if he can put his sights on that 40 machine of Tyler Fode, who is slowly kind of getting it under 2 seconds for a little bit. So kind of, I would say that leads about plateau between Jurnowski and Fode. And let's see if Fadaruso here can close that gap for second spot. As these guys currently the class of the field right now.
Yep, as we're down to 12 cars on the lead lap, it looks like Casey Hatch, Ryan Kramer, and James Singer have had some troubles there throughout the first part of this race. So it's a dirty dozen, I guess you could say, that still in the running for this one as we approach the midway mark of the race. You see Capuano keep in contact with Fadaruso, but tell you what, Frankenfield, he is right behind him, ready to pounce should he make a mistake.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing something. The track's getting darker here, and I know Stafford has lights, but it seems like it's getting pretty dark out there for these guys.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised.
So I'm kind of wondering, you can really see the glow off the brake rotors there, the 15 of Chad Frankenfield. I know this has happened on iRacing. I've been in a race at Atlanta, and it went to night, and the lights never came on, and by the end of it, we were racing in total darkness. So this could get interesting.
That's very bizarre. Yeah, you think that I guess it's just one thing that the programmers back in the day, one of the things that you never went to consider, but you know, it's funny. I'm just thinking about real world race that we had about a month ago at Seekonk Speedway on Open Wheel Wednesday. We had a power outage, actually, and we were wondering how deep into the night we could go before we'd have to call on darkness. But unfortunately, the weather basically dictates that, well, we couldn't go much further after that. Oh, Junowski! He had a bit of a moment there. Losing the tail end of that car. Should stress it. Nobody's had an opportunity to make a pit stop out there, so gotta watch those rear tires on the number 7.
And actually, looking at just the scoring, the only driver that's been on pit road in your top 5 has been the 3 car of Fadaruso. So interesting. Maybe that's why we're seeing him turn some pretty quick laps. But also, speaking of, you just seen that little bit of, Jurnowski get out of shape that's allowing Fode to close in ever so slightly. As this man...
Jurnowski's really, really, really wheeling that car, especially through turns 1 and 2 right now. But he's been able to maintain the lead for the most part over Fode.
As you see, this is the cockpit view. This is basically the view that Jurnowski's seeing. And you can still see quite a bit on the racetrack, but man, oh man, you can see some of those lap cars, and that's one scary thing is if they make some contact and they start spinning, you can see the cars backfiring there a little bit, but they might be hard to spot if they get sideways on the track.
Boy, this is like old school racing where you have a long day, whether it's due to weather or whatever out there. So really having to see your way through, but again, you've only got 13 cars on track right now at the moment, but yeah, it is getting seriously dark out there as a little bit, I guess we didn't select the track to have the lights on.
Yeah, it's, again, I don't know what it is about iRacing, but yeah, you see the in-car view there, you see the lights going down down behind the grandstands. It's like, turn them on, but not quite how the game works. And man, it is getting tough to see, and it almost seems like Jurnowski, now that leads down to about a second, maybe hard for him to really hit his marks. As this track's getting darker, it seems like Jurnowski's kind of struggling here a little bit with maybe not just so much vision, but maybe even handling of the race car as well.
Well, Fode, though, it might be getting dark, but he can easily see Jurnowski in front of him is... Well, it's getting hard for us to be able to see as well. But in any case, though, Jurnowski, he's the white car out there. Fode, he's the car they can barely see because it's pitch black out there. And boy, what a lap, though, by Fode. We are down now to just 0.4 of a second. Gotta love the brake rotor.
Yeah, the brake rotors look awesome right now. And Fode is there. And man, you wonder how much Jernowski can see that black car out of his rear view mirror right now, as they're trying to battle for the lead.
And back and forth position, Chad Frankenfield right now. Oh, as
We do
Jernowski
have a
just
yellow.
and we got a car in the grass. I think that's the reason for the yellow.
Oh,
Oh,
Fadaruso on his roof, and Fody almost hitting him as well.
What in the world?
Wow. I told you these cars are hard to see. I noticed he fell back from that third position, so he must have started having some trouble. We'll see if we can see what happened. We'll try to rewind and get somewhat of a better look. As Fadaruso may be having a little bit of issues with the vision here. It looks like he gets in the wall. Yeah. Oh, makes some contact.
Oh, and he catches the end. There's an opening in the wall there. It's actually, it's actually right at the end. The Stafford is one of the few weekly short tracks out there that actually does have a section of safer barrier running in turn 1. So that's actually the part that he caught there. Told you about sharp angle of the wall there, and Stafford's about 15 years ago, actually, when tracks were beginning to just install safer barriers on the NASCAR circuits, put that safer barrier up in turn 1. And I'll tell you what, it has helped a lot of drivers avoid serious injuries over the last decade and a half.
Yeah, that's could always be a scary moment. Is almost having a scary moment on pace laps here. I believe Kramer coming off a pit road, and we even seen on this that caution with Fadaruso. It's Fadaruso was upside down with a white car, and you see how much trouble some of these drivers did have to try to avoid that 26 car. So I almost feel like it's been a couple weeks ago at New Hampshire in the Cup race, where how much longer can we run with how dark it's getting on the track with those lights on the game not coming on. But hey, so far it looks like these boys are doubling up, getting ready for the one to go, and it might be hard to see, but this could get a little crazy here to wind this last 34, 30, 35 laps left.
It's definitely a lot darker than it was up in Loudon.
Yeah.
But I've got witnesses that were there that said we could the last 8 laps. But Moot Point says we are back under green. Another great restart for Jernowski, who scrapes it off the wall just a little bit as Bodie moves up. Slots back into second position, followed closely by Capuano.
It almost seemed like Jernowski just showing him where the wall is, just scraping it a little bit. It's kind of getting harder and harder to see.
It's white. I think the wall is your best guide right now of where to go out there. It's kind of like you're driving your streetcar at night using the white line for the shoulder. As whoa, Jernowski very low there. Got down the apron a little bit too hard, though. Almost cost him the leads. But he's doing a good job at keeping Bodie pinched down on the inside line as these two are driving away Capuano. Well, it looks like Kaner up into the 4th position. He's gotten by Chad Frankenfield, who I'm sure is probably just hitting his forehead in frustration right now as we've got a yellow flag.
Got another yellow flag out on the track. Let's see if we can find out who that was. Well, we might have to pull up the replay if we can see anything that happened. See what's going on. As getting dark, we've seen, I believe, one car. I think that was the 56 of Kramer. Seen him kind of run around the apron. I was gonna get a little worried with him running out there and see if that was going to kind of inhibit some of these drivers, maybe hit them. And I believe I found it. I can't tell who it is. Okay, I think we got it here. We'll see what we can see. Right on the inside of the track here. See a 56 going slow. Makes some contact with somebody, goes around. So I think that's kind of what we had there, Connor, is he was kind of limping on the low side of the track and was kind of maybe not seen by some of the other competitors, and that's what brought him around to bring out this latest yellow. It was kind of hard to see who hit him, but that brought out our latest yellow as, man, it's getting harder and harder to see as we still have 28 laps to go. And I'm really going to be curious if we can get these last 28 laps in as the pace car does dive onto pit road.
Brandon Paul actually just texted me. You can see out the front, but you can't see out the back right now. So mirror driving all but impossible right now as we're back under green. Working now on lap 73 out there as we'll have 26 to go when we hit the line, or 27 to go when we hit the line. Yeah, oh wow.
It's starting hard to tell who's who. All I can tell you is right now the 57 of Drunowski's in the lead. Looks like Fody is closing back in on that bumper. And like you said, you can't see out the back. So it's going to be hard to say how Drunowski is going to defend that top spot once Fody gets up to his rear bumper. This is where
I can't see Fody at all except for the occasional flame out the exhaust pipe there. Because again, Flory's car, it's black out there, so it just blends into the darkness perfectly. Whereas at least with Drunowski, with what little light there is left, you can definitely see him out there. But this is definitely a very unexpected route that this race has taken as we've got another yellow flag. I'm sure it's getting harder and harder to stay off each other there with poor visibility.
Yeah, it's I'm not even sure if I'm going to try looking at the replays because it's harder to see, harder to spot out. It'll be interesting to see how much.
I think the race just got called, actually.
The race did get called, okay. So I think that maybe they threw an admin yellow to end the race. Probably the best way to go about it because, yeah, you even seen the skyline. That's probably all you can really see on the broadcast right now is barely seeing the broadcast. That billboard maybe on the backstretch. They got to turn those lights on the track. Maybe that would have helped. But looks like Drunowski and Fody and then Capuano will be your top three.
Yeah, I think I just got another text back from Brandon Paul. He said it's just end of race. So I don't know. They might have to run these last few laps under yellow here. So it might be a very long 20 laps. Just definitely unfortunate. Just light mistake in preparing this track on the race.
Yeah, and you know sometimes when you're setting up lobbies here on iRacing too, that some tracks support the day to night transition. I believe Charlotte Motor Speedway, you know, the Coke 600 is a very popular one, and maybe there was some of these tracks that iRacing kind of forgot about, some of these smaller tracks, but you'd think the prestige that Stafford Speedway has, people put on big events that go from day to night. You know, hey, iRacing, get Stafford hooked up to that day to night transition.
Well, in any case, looks like Vince Drunowski is going to be the victor of this one out here. Vince Drunowski, that's going to make him the sixth different winner of the Maconi Setup Shop Elite Modified season.
And what I mean, we've had interesting races, interesting strategies, and now, you know, an interesting circumstance for how Drunowski won this one. So just how wild these modifieds can be. Hey man, it's a story I'm sure he'll remember for a long time.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm going to see if I can do a little digging here. Going over to, yeah, just got the message across Twitter, race over, and that is coming from Jeff Ringenfield. They actually ended it at lap 75.
75 was the final lap, and I got a message from Brett Wentz. He from Days Gone By Vintage Apparel. He just said, turn the headlights on. Maybe keep that pace car out there and light the track up. But man, oh man.
Yep. Well, guys, give a shout out to Brent Wentz as well. I've got Yeah, it's an item or two from days gone by. Is the pace car's going off. We might be having some. I don't know. We might just be doing this for the heck of it out there.
This could be, and I can not
Can't
even
see.
see. I can't see a car out there. So this is. I think they're just gonna try to pace around. And from what we see, Connor, I'm surprised they're still even making circles around the track right now.
I can't. I honestly cannot see here. Can we go to an onboard, perhaps? Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess the pace car's back out. They might have brought the.
Yeah, yellow lights are on.
Oh, and you see Dronowski.
He's in the grass.
He's in the grass, almost hitting the wall. Yeah, it's very interesting. Very interesting way to cruise around in your final few laps. I was gonna see if anyone's on Discord that we can pull on here to see what they're seeing, but currently they're all struggling to get around the speedway. There's probably the only point I'd recognize they're going down the backstretch now. Other than that, no idea.
Boy, I'll tell you what. This made the finish to the racing line a couple of weeks ago for the Cup Series look like nothing.
Yeah. I don't know what those guys were complaining about, but yeah. See now at least Dronowski's got the benefit of the pace car. Might not want to fall too close. That might screw up everyone else behind him. And Dronowski, as I pull up the points here, coming into tonight, was 5th. And we've seen Andrew Rucker have that earlier trouble. Gavel and Wilkinson not in the race here tonight. So I'm going to be saying that there's probably quite the shakeup in the top 5 going to next week at USA.
Yeah, again, as long as those two run the final 2 points races at USA International and then at New Hampshire, they can use their drops on the race they missed. At least I think they can, unless missing some part of the rules here. They might have to ask Chad about that.
The only thing is, I think even Wilkinson might have missed one other race early in the season, so this might count. I would have to double check on that one.
Yeah, I think the drop race might be taken into account already, which I believe it is actually. Now I think about it.
So now, I mean, that's going to probably move him back a little bit here after tonight. Rucker's probably going to take a little bit of a hit, and Dronowski's probably with the win here tonight going to put him into play. And certainly, I don't know if Wilkinson and Gavel are going to be totally out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Especially you have Tyler Fode, though, too, that finishes 2nd once again. So usually has some pretty stout runs. But I think we're going to see a little bit jumbled up in the top 5 next week when we head to USA.
Yeah, boy, I can't see much.
Yeah.
Stuff, but holy moly!
Yeah, it's crazy dark out there. It's I mean, basically all Dronowski has to go off of right now is the headlights of or the taillights, I should say, of the pace car as we try to finish these last 13 laps under yellow to make it an official race. You know, kind of going through some of these guys that I think some of these positions are still changing a little bit. You got Brandon Key, who led a lot of the race early on. He's going to finish in 7th. Brandon Paul, your buddy got to lead a couple laps. He's going to get a solid finish in 6th place here tonight. Canfield looked like he had. I think he kind of got. He was one that kind of fell victim to some of the darkness on the racetrack, and I think he kind of lost a bit of track position there as well. I think he was in shape for running a little bit better than he's going to wind up, and Fodder Russo as well. We've seen him when the racing was visible and the racing was good. He made it all the way up into that 3rd position, and even was one of the fastest trucks on the racetrack. I almost got to wonder if this darkness didn't fall the way it has, maybe his night could have ended up quite a bit differently as well. I think he's going to end up in 14th position.
Tell you what, there's definitely a lot of coulda, shoulda, woulda out there, but it's funny. It's kind of, I guess you could say, one of those real world sort of foibles kind of leaked its way over to the iRacing side here tonight.
So you ever wonder, like, say if power outage, you were talking about power outage, was that at Stafford you said too,
That was at Seacon.
or Seacock, and so you wonder if people having their cell phones nowadays, how much light they can illuminate on the racetrack if everyone got their cell phones out.
I'm gonna say hard pass on that.
Well,
one.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend racing. I'm just curious. I just want to see this attempted to be done.
Well, in any case, by the way, speaking of Seacon Speedway, I'm actually headed there tomorrow night, as we will have the inaugural Bay State Summer Classic. That'll be the Pro All-Star Series Super Late Models, along with the past modifieds, as well as a 30-lap Legends car special. So next round for the past Super Late Models, it's going to be a good one. You're going to have a lot of regular drivers out there, regulars on the past tour, taking on the Seaconk regulars. And boy, oh boy, it's going to be a good show. 6:30 p.m. That'll be live on speed51.tv.
We hope there's no lighting issues there tomorrow night either.
I think it was funny, actually. I was just I saw a tweet from Kyle Souza, who's pretty much a jack of all trades guy. He's one of the major media guys here in the Northeast, especially at Seaconk, which is his home track. And he was just put a tweet up. It was like, "Hey, we've got another Wednesday race coming up," and I just put a responding tweet. It's like, how do I feel when all the hazardous weather happens 24 hours in advance?
Ew, yeah. Got to happen hopefully beforehand.
Oh, I missed a call from Brandon Paul, apparently.
Oh. I believe he's you're going to call live from the Speedway here while he's limping around.
Yeah, hang on. I'm gonna hold down the for a second.
All right, so we're still trying to wind out these last couple laps, and this is the view from the pace car. You can barely see him drive around the track. I think the pace car would have its lights on as well. But as of right now, 7 laps to go to wind this race down again. Basically being called due to darkness. I'm still saying I wouldn't recommend racing, but I think it could be done like a one car lap at like half speed with the cell phone cameras. Anyway, sorry.
Hang on.
Talking live to Brendan Paul, who's currently running in 6th. I'm surprised he could talk on the phone and see the racetrack at the same time. You hear him laughing in the background, so I'm sure he's having a good time. He probably hit the wall or something. Connor, if you can hear me, you might have to ask him how he's getting around the racetrack.
Okay, so according to Brandon, he can't see a thing out there right now. He is glued to the back of Jack Frankenfield's bumper. That's basically the same with everybody right now. Actually, hang on. I'm going to put Brandon on speaker. I'm putting you on speaker.
Brett.
All right. Okay, talk.
Brendan, you got a copy.
Yeah, you can talk.
Gotta ask him how he can talk and drive at the same point. Maybe focusing too much trying to get around the track.
All right, did you guys hear any of that?
Not too much.
Dang it. I was hoping that would work.
We tried. We're trying. They're trying. I still can't believe you can talk on the phone and even run pace laps in this dark of a racetrack right now. But as we're getting down with 5 laps to go, 5 more laps under the caution lights here. Probably an iRacing first here for a league race.
Yeah.
You've
So
seen it right here on ERN.
okay, so at least we were able to take an opportunity for the first ever in-car communication here on ERN, and unfortunately, it didn't really work out very well. I had it on speakerphone. I had the microphone right up to it here, but fortunately, unable to get
To get
car
the.
communication with Brandon Paul.
It would have been very interesting to hear what he had to say.
But yeah, but that's basically it in a nutshell. Everybody is glued to each other's bumpers, just trying to survive to the end of this one out there. So I'll tell you what, while we haven't been able to see any racing out there, this has been quite a lap riot out there. Do you think we can go back to the one of the onboard shots?
Oh
very
yeah.
curious here.
I mean, here you see Dronowski, but it's curious. Let's see what Brandon Paul,
Yeah.
how he could stay on someone's bumper. I guess you're just waiting for the car to backfire, basically, to kind of keep guiding you.
I can see.
Oh,
I can see. I think I can see Frankenfield out there. Yeah,
I seen him for a second. It looks like they made contact just to. I think it's just probably bumper cars at this point too.
Well, at least you can do that with modifieds, though. But man, what a bizarre race! As a little bit of a missed program, I guess, from the brains at the Elite Racing League. Not going to name any names out there, considering that they're the ones who give us our paychecks.
Yeah, shh. But man,
crud! Did I say that? Oh man, I'm in trouble. I guess I gotta stick to my day job.
Oh no, but yeah, it's that's been interesting, and man, I mean, at least for us, I cannot see Frankenfield out the front windshield of Paul here. Just the occasional backfire, and that's probably the only thing that would be guiding me. Oh.
Whoa. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think someone's in the grass. I think someone might have went around. Oh! Paul hit somebody.
No, wait, back under yellow. I think they put it back under yellow right away.
I wonder if they're going to try to finish this one out, but man.
I mean, I was a little surprised they didn't just copy and paste on the results at lap 75 and try to finish this out. That would have been hilarious.
Oh no! Now Paul's in the grass, I believe, and
everybody's in the grass.
Yeah, Frankenfield did go around. He's back into 7th now.
I think the other problem is that we're stuck on a green-white checkered now.
Oh no! I think you're right. Oh no!
Yeah. Hey, at least we're. Hey, I don't know about these guys, but we're having a lot of fun with this right now.
Hey, I think they should just let him race it out. See who can get around.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you got to lose? For some reason, I mean, with right now no guide in front of him, I think Paul's doing a pretty good job getting around Stafford. So he can probably. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Oh man.
I was saying, he could be a guy that says I could drive this track blindfolded.
Yeah, I don't know if he really cares anymore.
Yeah, I have a feeling not many of these guys do. Because now we're going on to this is Chad Frankenfield after getting spun out. I mean, it's gonna be hard
to know that Brian behind the pace car would be this entertaining.
Yeah, it's probably one of the more entertaining pace laps in iRacing history. And yeah, there's just there's no guide anymore. We've seen under caution.
Oh, it's back to green again. Oh man, they might be throwing. I have to think that they're going to throw the yellow here, but maybe you might have to go get at least to the white flag. Oh my goodness gracious!
And he tried. Frankenfield got on the loud pedal a little bit there, which I would be nervous to do, but see if he can get back around. No, they're coming to the white flag, so.
Oh, I got it. Okay, I got a message now from Daryl Campfield. OMG.
I think that's about sums it up. Oh, Fody goes around.
Oh man. And we're on the white flag.
and he gets hit by everybody or somebody.
Drunowski's still being scored as the leader, oh, by the way.
Yeah, he's still got the lead. Fode's still in second. This might be the most intense racing to get back to the checkered. I believe Drunowski took
There
it.
is. He's got it. Gainer's scored third. I don't know if we're going to...
Oh, then Key gets second.
I don't know if we're going to use this. We might... I get the feeling that we're going to refer back to...
On lap
order at laps
75.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to go back through the broadcasts, if you have to, and take a look at the serial scoring. But in any case, though, Drunowski the winner after an absolutely bizarre race here at Stafford Speedway, here round 6 of the Maconi setup shot elite modifieds.
Yeah,
Again, Drunowski over Key and Fode, but I will say that, like in the real world, these race results are completely unofficial.
Yes, very unofficial. We'll put that right up on the unofficial results. As Drunowski, that's probably one thing that is a lock, is Drunowski getting the win. I would say Fode did finish in second. We'll see if we can get any of the interviews from any of the drivers that just endured the craziness of the, if you want to say, the 25 laps of pitch black. I would say that's more grueling and challenging than, and maybe drooling too, than the 24 hours of Daytona.
Well, at least there you got your headlights and even some of the track lighting.
Yeah, you can hear absolutely nothing here tonight. Just the green flag lights and that one billboard. And I think the billboard even turned out by the end of the night. So
That's
again,
still there. I can see it.
oh, it's still there. Oh, okay, so oh yeah, there it is. I see it in the background. As we'll see if we can get any of the finishers. See if anyone wants to talk about what they just endured.
I think they've gone straight to the drinks cabinet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, actually, we were told that we could have ended the broadcast earlier, but hey, I was having too much fun.
Yeah, no, I think we had a good time out of it. We did a little bit of experimentation, but
hey,
my goodness.
Hey, I mean, again, it's something that happens. It's unfortunate we found out as late into the race as we did, but hey, it's a type of racing I believe a lot of the viewers here tonight have never seen before.
Yep. So, what do you think? I think that's gonna do it.
I think that's gonna do it. I think this is probably gonna wrap it up. I'm sure there's probably not much to talk about besides the I can't see, but yeah. With that, congratulations to Drunowski. The only thing we know as of right now is the official race winner, but we'll get the official standings of the race, the top 10, and the point standings for sure, heading next week into USA. And hey, they got lights as well.
Yeah, hopefully we can turn them on.
But all right, with that, tomorrow night we do have the Elite Join APS Cup Series Clash going on right here on ERN, so be sure to tune into that. And other than that, hopefully next week we'll have the lights on for you at the same time here at 7:50 p.m. Eastern Time for the USA 100 at the USA Speedway. And hopefully we'll get to see the full race action under the lights next week. For Connor Sullivan, I'm Mike Goodman. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. Hope you guys had enjoyed the racing and had a good laugh with us as well. See y'all next time.